This morning on Facebook, I read a post that one of my daughter's professors put up asking if we had experienced or witnessed a miracle, either ourselves or, one that we saw in others. And so immediately, like three or four miracles came to mind. Actually, more than that. I think I shared three or four on that post. But I noticed that as I got off of Facebook and I continued getting ready for my day, that I felt great. I mean, I was really pumped up. And it really inspired me. And I was just thinking, wow, what would happen if we kept a record of what was right? See, the whole reason I was able to pull up those miracles and a dozen others off the top of my head is because I, at some point, made a record of those good, noble, right, and miraculous things that I experienced firsthand or that I saw with my own eyes. And so those were things that I had journaled about. I have them recorded in a journal. I can go back to a specific year, specific month and day and find every one of those miracles that I shared about on that post. And again, there's many others I could have shared. And it made me think, and I shared about this in a morning lineup for some officers, and so I wanted to put this video out there for all of you who are in law enforcement, and really all of you who are just going into workplaces day after day and being beaten down just by the weight of everything. See, those of you who are in law enforcement, you are having to keep a record of what is wrong. You have to. Even if it's a stupid call that you're going out to that's not a big deal, it's still a negative thing that you're samming out, right? And in some cases, you are having to go into great depth and great details in your reporting on what is evil and wrong. And those things stick with you. So what would happen if we took up this challenge? That as you go throughout your day, when something good happens, even if it's something little, if you're going to sam out a good call, like if we kept a record of what was good and right and wholesome and noble, miraculous, praiseworthy, what would happen if we made a record of those things? There's your challenge. As you go throughout this day, jot down those occurrences of something that's good. However you choose to record those things, have a record of those things. And then, here's the thing, speak about that to somebody else. So when someone asks you about your day, you don't just have to share about someone who was shot or someone who was hit by a vehicle or a child that was in a bad situation and 1,001 other things that you all experience and see and deal with every time you go to work. When someone asks you about your day, you can pull from that list of good things. You can share those things with your coworkers. I can only imagine what would happen if we would all begin to keep a record of what was good and right, wholesome, excellent, noble, praiseworthy, miraculous, so that we could read over those things again and again, be reminded of them ourselves, but then we could also remind one another. Let's give it a shot for a month or two.